very happy. I'm going to tell you this.
Oh, also, it's like it's like an hour later than our normal start time. I'm not done. I'm overcaring. In a previous live, Blade Hacksaw would have been like, "Oh guys, I'm such a bad streamer. Oh, I missed my deadline. Fuck it." No, we're in fucking arc. Oh, and I'm playing 7 Days to Die again, despite the fact that I said we were doing a hardcore run 3 times. we've gone through 5 days on 3 saves, which is utterly pathetic. Um, if I wasn't such a sleepy boy, we would be playing Zomboid, because I took a big darn nap and I'm supposed to be doing something later. We're just gonna do 7 Days to Die, and we're getting past day 2, and we're not getting any farther than day 2 because I do not have time. I don't have time to go any farther than day 2, but we're doing day 2. Okay, where's I'm going to where's we're going to manage this. All right, stream save goes away. We'll just delete. All right, goodbye, and then we'll start a new one, and then this one gets to be Bozo game because we are the Bozo. I'm I'm absolutely flabbergasted and horrified. Hello, Craig. I can't believe. I can't believe that I've dumped 5 hours of streaming into 7 Days to Die. We can't get past day 2. It's so pathetic. It's actually so pathetic. Oh, God. Okay, but it's fine. Craig, I hope you're doing good. It's Friday! My weekend has officially begun. I'm a big fancy lad, and like, work was good. Oh my god, I got kudos from everybody. Like, my ego's at an all-time high. Five so far. I mean, this time. Okay, listen. I'm done getting owned. I'm over getting owned. No more. So instead, I'm gonna be a pathetic loser when it comes to night times. And I'm not gonna be a big brave boy who runs around and gets his ass eaten up by a feral ghoul. I'm going to hide in a basement. As soon as it gets close to dark, we're just going to be a mole. And then I won't die anymore. And then all we'll have to worry about is Horde Night. Because you can't hide from Horde Night. Horde Night is scary. Alright. We're playing on the last world that we were in. Oh my god, I've got to fucking do all this shit. Come on. The fucking mandatory tutorial that you can't skip, but you really need to do most of it anyway, but it's still fucking stupid. Hey, what's up, Funny? Howdy, bud. Hope you're doing good, Funds. This time will be different. Yeah, because I'm going to be a pussy. I've adopted the bozo tag. It's in the lore now. I'm done taking chances. I'm... Can I... Hold on. Let me activate my boomer stuff. Okay, I understand that what's popular these days is these kids are into a Minecraft mod or video called Parkour Civilization, and apparently there's lore where like you get to choose between jumping to a block for a piece of chicken or jumping to a harder block for a piece of beef, but the blocks are in space or something. If you fall, you die. And I'm done being the bozo who jumps for beef. I'm going to be Chicken Boy, and we're going to make it, and life's going to be fine. Guys, am I doing it right? Am I one of the hip cool kids talking about chicken and beef and shit? Oh shit. Oh, I'm very funny. Don't mock me. It's fine. This is good. I'm hip and youthful and definitely marketable, and that's the worst thing ever. This isn't the worst thing ever, I promise. It could be so much worse. Like, I could be talking about Skibbity and Riz and cats. Then we could truly be at the worst possible. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, it's a good day. Oh, what an excellent start to the stream. God, I am in my element right now. I'm feeling it. Give me the club. Yeah, club me. And a spear, because we're actually going to use that. Ah, if I can get this trash out of here. Put my meat on there. Okay, have we done everything now? They want me to... Oh, wait, I didn't make a bow yet? Fucking bow me. and we'll make a bunch of arrows, because we're gonna need them anyway. Is this the cursed energy to bring to the table? Like, think about it, right? I've always wanted to adopt the little basilisk as my little mascot boy, and he's kind of like super cursed, right? So it's all on brand. Anything cursed is on brand. I just woke up from my nappy. I threw a bunch of food in my belly. What I wanted to do was watch Tenma Miami play Black Souls 2. Let's keep getting cursed. Probably, I hope no one was there for our playthrough of the original Black Souls, which was not a full playthrough. We just kind of like talked about it. For people who don't know, Black Souls is an RPG maker game heavily influenced by Dark Souls and H.P. Lovecraft, and it's just, well, it's one of those games, right? We're back in it. It has been 0 streams since Blade has talked about H games. And there's this very brave mainstream VTuber girl, and she's just streaming this really cursed video game on YouTube. Oh my goodness, there's 4 hours of it to get through. Oh, it's an absolute disaster. Her chat's backseating her so hard. Oh my god. But also, she... Never mind. No, we do not support anything that would even potentially enable the backseaters in this. They were wrong. The backseaters were wrong. Oh, man. It's been kind of nice so far. I'll say that when I started Black Souls 2, the first boss I thought was supposed to be a non-winnable encounter. So when other people are doing like the proper route and they're like, all right, I've got to figure out this boss and fight it properly, you know, they wouldn't throw an impossible boss at me. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's other ways out of here. And sure enough, I think there's like 2 other ways out of that starting area. And I found one of them. I just went crazy doing it. And I played a very different game than what she's doing. Hello, Mr. Zombie. I have no stamina. I'm gonna shoot a bow at you, I guess. Pew. No. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Who's ready for another stream of doing the same thing we've done every other 7 days to die? It's happening. Except this time we're being pussies at night.
That's going to be the only change. But the important thing is we're going to survive this time. It's going to happen. I feel like the real motivation for like engaging with this content is being like, man, I can play this game better than this idiot. I hope I've inspired somebody to pick up 7 Days to Die. Just to be like, man, fucking, I'm gonna play this game. I'm not gonna get trash at it. That is one of like the best things as a streamer, though. Just like hearing, oh, I played this game because of you. Oh, I've influenced a couple of people. I know that's happened. I hear about it every now and then. It's been a little while, but still. If people are into the 7 Days to Die, that's cool. The real goal is to be second monitor content.
Let me get on that second monitor. What you playing? Booting up some.
Let me give a sniff of what's on that other screen.
Doing like a Minecraft building game or something, some kind of survival or something or other. God, don't tell me you're doing homework. Disgusting.
I hope nobody's been cursed with that fate. Yeah, hey, buddy. Shine. Give him a taste of the dye. It is truly tragic that we're going to be hunting down the same old, fucking find the thing. You know what? Maybe, since we are in turbo pussy mode, maybe I do adopt digging. Hold on. All right, hear me out. So if we take the digging thing, the digging quest is our night job, we can dig a hole and hide in the hole like huge pussies. Hear me out. So you do get attacked by zombies at the end of the quest, but if I just don't finish the quest until daytime, it's fine. I think that'll be the gameplay. It's the best of both worlds, progress and pussiness. We can finally listen. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep the bozo tag until we get a W. until I get the beef. Oh, shit. Because it's gonna happen eventually. You can't stop me. I'm too determined. I am the cockroach of human beings. Where's our treasure? This sucks. Oh, I'm getting closer, am I? You don't say.
I don't see shit, buddy. This is killing me.
I'm acquiring this. And then when I'm feeling a little healthier, right, where we're gonna, well, not healthier, when we have more time, because tomorrow, ooh, I got things planned. Oh my goodness. Guys, okay, so the most exciting thing. Hey, what's up, Karen I? Hold on. I'll stop this thought briefly to shout out one Karen I. My big thing is, we were saying, okay, I can't do the live stream thinging, right? Like the real live streaming because my phone is broken. Oh, and it's gonna completely make me unable to do things. But Impa walked me through, and I realized, wait a minute, I use my VTuber, like my iPhone, to do the VTuber capture. I have a functioning phone. Can I use this phone to like take care of the fact that I'm out of the running right now? And yeah, absolutely, it was just a freaking easy swap, and suddenly I'm an actual modern human being with a cell phone again. Yay. So in, hopefully, the near future, we'll expose some Korea. Go out to Korea. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something, damn it. I'm out of excuses. All I need to do is be conscious. And since I don't care about schedules anymore, and I'm just a crazy person streaming at crazy times, doing whatever, fuck it. I need absolutely no incentive for anything. Oh, we've had access to this for a while, huh? Okay. All I've got to do is find the smallest window of activity and figure out how to actually, stream and do the thing. Because I got the mic and everything. We're good. I feel like I've pumped up Korea like it's going to be this huge adventure, but like, I don't know, the surrounding area is just farmlands. We're gonna check out the area and see people who are just living their lives. That's been the most interesting thing. Like, a lot of the buildings around here have kind of like I don't want to say urban. It's like a combination of like, okay, just people living modern urban lives, but also everybody has like a big fancy garden. And then there's people with actual, the real huge farm style setups happening. Yeah. For those guys, like, we're gonna be checking out those the most, because like I don't want to go in this city and be like, hey, freaking English speaking stream boy here. As all the Koreans are looking at me like, what the fuck's this asshole? Don't pay attention, I say, streaming. I don't know, I don't want to disturb the public people, right? There are people just trying to live their gosh darn lives. Korean vegetable gardens are beautiful. It's really incredible, right? Like, the things I've been seeing of just like the areas that are nearby feel very unlike the stuff that you would see in the America land, right? And that's neat. That's what we're excited for. And what's really cool is if we head out to the bay, we can see all these islands in the distance that we are never going to get to because they're fucking islands. I'm going to use this as an excuse for a lot of things, like, hopefully I can finally get to the beach. And now that summer's over, I can get to the beach. Ah, goodness. Okay. So I've been taking the baton bundle. I'm going to take the pistol bundle because I really, really just want a gun. I'm tired of, like, taking risks and trying to be cool and not succeeding. There's my gun. We have it. Best time to go to the beach, no more people sweating in the sand. Well, I mean, it's still, like, barely in the fall now. There might still be people doing things. Who knows? Who knows? Also, this say schematic. Would we eat that? What are we selling to this man? I love pipes. If we get one more glue where we need to be. I don't think we sell anything, which is very pathetic.
Give me a job, Wrecked.
His name's Wrecked. We're not making any more commentary on that. I'm happy. We finally hit single-digit Celsius the last couple of days. It's low. You caught the flu. Oh, Karen I. That's awful. The flu. The mixed blessing. I know we've been talking like, oh God, it's fucking miserable hot, and we're out of it. And you catch an illness is the first thing. Sorry to hear that, man. I'm hopefully out of my sick boy arc. I'm very, very optimistic on this. I talked to a doctor and they said my big stupid sick thing was probably just allergies, which is unbelievably pathetic. I guess Korean allergens hit hard. Got it yesterday, you felt okay, went live and started talking, the coughing began. An hour later you had a fever. That's miserable. Unacceptable. But why is even illness a thing? How dare viral pathogens exist? We're just trying to live our lives and do our own thing, and life is so uncooperative lately. It's okay, we'll get through it. Things will be cool again. What's up, dude? Bop it. I'm hopeful, at least. Dude, your brother's like right over here. I just finished murdering him, bud. Stay down. Life getting in the way of life, yeah. I'm hoping with my more laissez-faire approach to streaming that I'm just gonna actually start accomplishing the things I want more. I'm realizing my real goals need to just be like stream X hours, stream X time, stream until I'm 60 is the goal we've adopted now. And if I stop worrying about being professional and like, oh, I have to stream at this time and do this thing, like I can get some time in. I'm in my produce the worst content of my career arc. I'm gonna be like doing what is it? There's the co-working stuff, right? Where you're just there's a whole new category for do things that aren't entertainment. But you know, there's a lot of people who can do that. You know, I don't know if that's something that I can get away with, but by God, we're gonna try. What do I gotta lose? But for now, we're going to focus on Big Happy October. Lots of exciting things. The new things on the way. New exciting things that I'm definitely making promotion material and not procrastinating on and sleeping through. Definitely actually executing that successfully. It's coming. Oh, hello there, little zombies. Oh, what the fuck? I physically recoiled. Why am I dealing with vomit zombies? It's because we're on frickin'... It's a 3-skull encounter out here, and now we're dealing with weirdos. Oh, God. Please don't infect me, dude. I've got stuff going on. That did 20-some damage or something. And he's very accurate. This is unacceptable. Oh. Yeah, I'll just do this real quick. Oh. You're just the worst, bud. I'm so over this guy. Please die. Oh, he explodes. I swear I've never dealt with these enemies. I've seen them before, but he's never been this much of a problem. I guess when I'm dealing with him in the later save, I'm already, like, jacked. Got some crazy weapons or something. Also, I didn't finish... I hate pipe weapons so bad. I'm so over pipe weapons. Okay, reload complete. Thank you. Thank you, video game. We're gonna loot all these vehicles here because trucks are good stuff. Fair chance we find some books out of this, like this armored up here, giving us the level 2 primitive armor. We need to finish that set, right? I only made the basic outfit like I have for the last couple of attempts. Hey, Angela, did I die again? The answer to that may surprise you. Welcome to day 1 p.m. I definitely know, you see, something crazy happening with Twitch. For some reason, they're not saving any of the 7 Days to Die VODs, so I'm just starting again to be nice to VOD watchers. Wouldn't want them to miss anything, after all. I definitely died. And in fact, not only did I die like a huge pathetic loser last stream, I died on day 2, and then decided to feel spicy and said, no, I'm not going to end stream. We're going to go a little more, you know? I've got a little more in me. Let's see what happens. And then we got to night 1. And I died to a big, feral, random zombie. One One guy, because I just didn't have a gun and night 1 dropped and a fat feral jumped me. So now we've hit new lows of pathetic because we died on night 1. 3 deaths in 5 in-game days. I can't. Last time you were here, I died on day 2, rage quit and played Zomboid. I mean, it wasn't... So here's the thing, Angela. It wasn't supposed to be a rage quit. It was supposed to be,
oh, we're playing hardcore. We died, so we're done for October, and I'll move on to other games.
because I have all these other games on the docket, but I just really want to play Zomboid. Or excuse me, 7 Days to Die. I really just want to play this game. I'm like unhealthy with this game at the moment. So, you know, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not moving on until we have like a proper game and a proper death that isn't just dying to random idiots on night nothing. I just want a nice 7-hour stream where we get to Horde Night. And if we die on Horde Night, hey, you're not going to hear me bitch and moan. Dying on Horde Night's cool. That just means Horde Night did its job. But if I can't even make it to Horde Night, oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, there is something bizarre going on. Every game that I'm titling as a 7 Day to Die stream, it is not getting the VOD saved on Twitch. It's very strange. I do not know what the case is, because the Zomboid stream that we didn't start as 7 Days to Die, preserved that just fine. But we're now 3 7 Days to Die streams in, and only 0 of them have saved. We have absolutely nothing out there. I'm just in my survival game arc, or my my comfort game arc. I don't know. Survival games are comfort games, right? Oh, sorry, Angela. I didn't talk about the new Limbus stuff. I know there's lots of new Limbus content. I see people talking about it, but I'm kind of over. I played enough Limbus to be like, I don't want to keep up with the game. That what I really want to do is just watch people play. Like, I want to jump on YouTube and watch the actual things. I don't know. Because, like, I didn't like the gameplay of Limbus. And I understand it's gotten better. I've heard some people say some things. But, like, I don't like gotchas. Alright, my gotcha arc is over. I put my time into Azure Lane. That's something I need to do. I need to open up my old Azure Lane save. You can stream gameplay to my Discord if you want me to. You're free to, but the fact is, I'm not interested in the gameplay. I want the story. I want to key up the story, and just go through. No knives, eh? Fine, we'll butcher this bunny the hard way. We barely got anything out of that. Yeah, like I just want to go on YouTube, find some videos that are just the story, and consume the story, because I'm completely uninterested in the rest. They need to hurry up and make Limbus 2, or Lobotomy 2. If they make Lobotomy Corporation 2, and it's just Lobotomy Corporation 1 but more content, dude, I'm playing. God knows I still owe the original Lobotomy Corporation some more time, you know?
But no, they just want to make the gotcha, and all we've been getting is the gotcha content. People like the gotcha content, so they're being encouraged to make more gotcha content. But I'm completely uninvolved. I don't care. I don't want a gotcha. I don't. Don't get me. Nest L is still in ruins. No new L core going to take place anytime soon. Wait, I thought Lobotomy Corporation 2 was on their, like, development agenda. Kaz makes so much content on it, you're just watching him? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, and he's doing the YouTube thing now, right? Well, I say now. He's been doing that for a while. Yeah. Oh my god, I have 6 bullets, I just realized. And I dumped one of them into that poor baby rabbit that, I just butchered. Where I heard that from is a lie? Really? I swear, I heard something about a dev cycle. Dude, if Lobotomy Corporation 2 isn't on the docket to come out anytime soon, that's a shame, because I don't think me and Limbus are going anywhere. Yeah. What an absolute shame. If they just dedicate themselves to gotchas for, like, the next couple of years, they're gonna lose me as a company. Alcor 2 was a community rumor. I'm gonna cry. Kim Ji-hoon himself said he's too focused on Limbus. Ugh. Even if he makes a new... Wait. That's really disappointing. I hope people are enjoying the content, but like, yeah, that's it for me. I'm probably not going to be a PM Project Moon guy for a long time. Oh well, just the way it is. They're getting that bag and people are enjoying the content, so I just have to accept it's not for me. And be sad about it.
But what about me? What about my desires? The things that Blade Hacksaw wants?
It's fine. It's fine. Go look at the only PM dev stream where he uses old VTuber model. He's addressed it. I'll take your word on it. I'm not invested enough to like go digging into it hardcore. It's disappointing, but it is what it is. It be that way. It's fine. I've got my own things I can work on. Plenty of other games out there. People really like gachas, huh? I'm not judging. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, I say that. I get it because I've been there, but like, I'm over it. Whoa. Do office chairs go into 6 leather? I've never noticed. I just pick things up and dissect them sometimes. Go play Mori? No. Why do I like punish myself for the game that's clearly too hard for me?
No, shut up. No, you bullshit. Wait, I won't let that stand. We're executing this game.
Yeah, Kara, I don't think I'm playing Mori anytime soon, sadly.
All right, you say this game that's too hard for me. I'm loading up the save.
This is my save I load up whenever I'm embarrassed, right, over my performance in this game.
All right, I played this game off stream for like 20 hours or something stupid, and I thought I was good at it. I don't know what happened.
Okay, here. Crawls back to my save stream.
Look at this. Okay, check it out. Inside here. As soon as it finishes loading, it's not cope. I'm good at this game. I'm actually good at it, I swear.
Okay, so here's the thing that I haven't been doing on stream, right? And you can see it's day 14, and I have all this stuff. And inside, when we go to here, when I go to my objectives, you can see that it says of day 14. That is consecutive. Each in-game day is about an hour. And we can see here, I've survived 15 hours. So this character, on day 14, has never died. Look how successful this guy is, with his big flaming spear, and his axes, and his guns. Yippee-ki-yay. With real guns, not that pipe shit. Look at the reload time on this shit.
This is what I want.
So, I can do this, I swear. I can be good at this game. I'll die to dogs. Dogs aren't even scary. Or really, the scary thing in this game is always going to be feral zombies. Unless, like, feral dogs jump at us, like, we're good. So I already know I can get through Horde Night 1. I have a plan. I have the execution. I just don't know why I'm suddenly dying on Night 1 and 2 to random ferals. I've never felt so vulnerable. It's streamer tax, okay. This is my cope. Obviously, it's because I'm so distracted and preoccupied with engaging a community to yapping. So really, it's your guys' fault. I don't blame you. It's certainly not me. Too much yapping. Yeah, that's the one. But can't stop. Listen, this is my skill. I have to be the one who yaps. And like, I went 2 months without streaming properly. Okay, like, I have so many things to yap about. I have so many words I want to say. Although it's funny. All the things I was really excited, like, oh, I want to talk to people about we've gotten through. I forgot to actually activate this quest, which is really cool. See, that'll blame on you guys. Hey, what's up, Matt? Hey, Matt C429, howdy. We're going to push through and do things, all right? And so here's what I need to do again, right? I used to be so good about, like, yap activities, because, like, when I first started, I was like, oh, my brain's not big enough. I can't juggle all this information. How could I possibly be a stream boy? but also like play the video game, and I'll just run out of topics. And that happened a lot when I first got started, and like I was conscious of dead air, and I was terrified of it. I guess I still am. Dead air bad, but when I was first starting off, filling dead air was the hardest thing ever. So what I was doing was, I had a happy little notebook in front of me, and anytime I just ran out of things to talk about, popped open my little notebook, took a peek, and I had prompts. Who the fuck puts berries in a microwave? Not cowards, that's who. They'll explode. Wait, is that real? So there's a VTuber out there, a science VTuber, and all he does is like weird little experiments and stuff. I feel like that's the kind of thing that he would just latch on to instantly. Like, people say blueberries will explode if you put them in a microwave. Let's find out. What's his name? It's like Uwu2owo or something. It's something really cursed. And the guy just does fucked up science stuff. You see him on Twitter every so often. Yeah. The last thing I saw was a homemade vape that did not look safe. It looked like a dangerous thing that I wouldn't recommend anybody engage with. That guy's got to be giving himself cancer. He just goes into his dark little science basement and concocts something and incinerates things. Hey, what's been fertile? How goes the day 2 cursed? We're good. We haven't died yet, but it's not the night, so I don't think I can say anything. Yeah, what else has that guy done? He made a corn dog fryer that was operated by Twitch chat. That was terrifying. Yeah, we've died on night 1. He's a VTuber. We give people cancer already. Wow, care. I'm sad. I was kind of hoping we were going to pick that up after like, nothing in this game works like that, right? Where you just hit a block and it, like, turns into something you can carry around like Minecraft. But it was a bouncy ball. And I was praying. I wanted to take the bouncy ball home with me because all of these coward zombie game designers don't want us to have nice things. We can't have bouncy balls in the zombie apocalypse because fucking we have to be miserable. We can't have, like, a little rat friend. It's such bullshit. Yet again, I need to go on my Unity asset flip arc and just make something that fixes all of my problems. I will be the guy who makes a shitty zombie game that just, you know what? Here's a pet rat. Enjoy. Look at this idiot. What is he doing? Hey, arrest her! Howdy, buddy. Now there's a fellow we're going to shout out. How are you, my V brother? Indeed, we're playing 7 Days to Die. You were playing Red Dead? Yo, that's a game I need to get some time in. Wait a minute, Red Dead has a zombie mode, doesn't it? I've never played Red Dead, and I feel like starting on the zombie mode is not the way you're supposed to play that game. But we're in the full zombie arc. Oh, it's Red Dead 1 that has that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Red Dead's one of those Rockstar games, right? That just has a million content and is just play this video game forever. I'm not against that. Like, God knows, I would love to play some GTA San Andreas. I want to play San Andreas so bad. And there's, like, a release of it on Steam. I think they want me to pay $60. But it comes with all the whole GTA 3 collection. The realism is nice and all, but it's tedious the longer you play. For Red Dead? Really? I thought Red Dead was one of those games that had, like, a really insane story mode that people were, like, in love with. Like, what is it? I'm just a cowboy out in the lands, and yeah, there's, like, cutscenes that people are always pointing out. You like the story for Red Dead 2? Yeah. It's one of those games. You have a guy whose name starts with H or something, or there's a character, Hutch, I think? Some major character? I don't know. I'm out of it. Imagine waiting 20 seconds skinning an animal every time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do like my quality of life. Like, if you're gonna make me, like, sit around and wait and do things, I would like mechanics that interact with that, right? I don't mind waiting. Excuse me, being belchy. I don't mind waiting if I have a way to engage with the content. Like, I have a very similar mindset when it comes to games with repair structures. Ooh, fucking maintain your shit on your gear. Nobody has ever said, God, I sure am glad that I have to maintain how healthy my gear is. But when you have things that affect that, and suddenly something that was inconvenient becomes convenient, that I can get through, right? Like, there's all the stuff in this game where it's like, oh, fucking, where the fuck is this supplies? I'm gonna go crazy. Are we still doing Chain Together in 2 hours? Absolutely, Arrestor. I'm just doing this for a wee bit. I listen, okay, so I'm on a thing. I'm mad. I'm mad that I've gone so long without streaming properly. And as a result, I'm trying to make certain that I don't miss even a single day for as long as possible. But absolutely, I'm planning on streaming just a little itty bitty bit. And then, yes, we're going to be playing Chain Together. I didn't have the full list of who's in the group. I know it's going to be you and Zell, and I assume one more. Where the fuck are these supplies? Yeah. I feel bad because I actually just talked to Misha and I said, hey, Misha, I do want to do like collab stuff, but I'm kind of trying to do my own thing for a little bit as I'm trying to get this whole thing pumped up for the new model thing. And then instantly, as soon as that happened, Zell's like, hey, you know, here's this thing we've been talking about for a while. Are you free for this? And I was like, yeah. Every so often you wonder where's Blade, you miss the old man stream. Hell yeah, Angela. Hell yeah. Well, okay. So, Arrestor, on that. I know I don't have all the time in the world, but like, I could be doing better. And the fact is, there have been a lot of days where I could have streamed. Well, it's just, I would find an excuse not to. That's the worst thing about being out of streaming, is it becomes so easy to find an excuse not to stream. And I don't want to do that. I want to be the big stream boy. I want to be the stream boy. I want to do stream things. So, and you know what? The everyday stream, it doesn't have to be, oh, you know, sit down, play for 4 hours or something. There are healthy people out there who stream for 1 hour and call it and it's good. What if that were me? What if I could be the healthy boy who just streams an hour and says I'm good? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I can do that. I can make healthy decisions of like, well, I can't do a whole stream, but I can at least do something. Yeah. Yusha's gonna be our fourth? Oh, you don't know if he'll make it today. Okay. When you used to stream, you'd only do it for an hour or so. Yeah, Angela, exactly. But like, so my problem, right, with how I've always engaged with streaming. Oh, God, no, I didn't mute that. Still got a bit of the yicky-ucky. Yeah, I tried to mute, I'm sorry. My approach to this has always been, man, when I start streaming, I just start enjoying myself, right? Because I'm streaming for fun. This is my hobby. And once I start, it's kind of difficult to stop. And in the days where it's like, fuck it, right? I'm applying the fuck it adjustment and it's not fun anymore. And it's like a struggle to hit the button. That's my excuse to not go. Have I visited Ham Pang? No. That has been on the agenda ever since I got to Korea, right? As a person who has enjoyed Project Moon games, I feel like I have to. I've barely left base. I have left base to go to Gunsan like 3 times. And I've left base about 10 times to just walk around and enjoy the surrounding area. And I have done nothing else. So I very much do need to get into doing things. The current cafe theme is Reverberation Ensemble. I would like to check it out. It's there. I haven't figured out the logistics of how I'm going to do that, but I'm there. Left base for gooning? Excuse me? I have not gooed. How dare you? How dare you suggest such a thing? I'm the say-so one. I lie. Everybody knows Blade is the say-so lad. Give me this. I mean, okay. No, you guys gotta walk me through this, because my brain is not figuring out the logistics of this. How does one just go off on adventure to Goon? Like, you break out Google Maps.
All right, I'm going to go 5 miles north to this abandoned factory and circle this, all right? And then I'm going to break up my nasty backpack with the things. And inside my nasty goon backpack, I'm... It has to be here. It has to be now.
Guys, this doesn't work for me, I'm gonna be honest. It's not gonna be my thing. I'm not gonna be the adventure gooner. Don't forget the corner. Gotta have your cuck chair in the corner. Oh, so we're watching something. This this is a little too much. This scenario of just like, yes, I'm organizing my contacts. Don't forget to leave my wife and children behind to cause mischief. I mean, now we're just recreating what is it? What's the really cursed game about clicking? Click holding, yes. Is click holding a horror game? Is that something that I could use as a justification to play? Leave my calling card, Angela, in this context, that's awful.
Ah, yes. The Gooners. The Midnight Gooner strikes again.
That's really awful. No. No, please. I don't want to be the Midnight Gooner. I can't. I know we've talked about some cursed content for a while now. Right, I've been talking about Black Souls 2 and fucking, what else cursed things have I talked about? Enough things that I, as a man with even a degree of shame, should know better. And yet, the Midnight Gooner is not my new nickname, Infernal. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh. Blade Gooner saw. I mean, I have too many X-saws, right? I'm shameless? Okay, but I'm only shameless when I'm not in... I don't want that. I don't want to... So we talked about this the other day, right? Where, like, I have people that I know and interact with. Unwatchable tag is really suiting me. It's good, right? It's on brand. Oh, shit. But here's the thing, right? We've got all these friends that we know, right? And knowing that my friends might have to one day... like, what if somebody on Twitter's like, do you talk to that Blade Hacksaw guy? Do you talk to the Midnight Gooner? That is the most terrifying thing for me. Not what I could undergo, but what the people that I care about might undergo. What is the environment I'm building? Oh, fuck. But we haven't driven the people around us away somehow. Oh, God. Truly blessed. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag didn't get the beep. Hashtag unwatchable. Oh, fuck. Oh, jeez. I'm making my crate. Oh. Guys, we're gonna survive tonight. It's gonna happen. I'm a believer. We're gonna do it. Oh, fuck. Just drop off my crap. I'm watching my Discord notifications with dread. Like, any second now I'm gonna get something from Zell and she's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Remember seeing that video of the Wicked Witch of the East, bro? Wait, the Wicked Witch of the... I don't know that, Arrestor. Is that a meme that I'm, like, not up to date on? I'm making all these freaking Zoomer references because I'm a hip old man. I'm up to date on what the kids are into these days, said menacingly. I know what the children like. That's awful. But all the other memes are mystery. I'm uncultured. Uncultured. Where are my rocks? There's my rocks. Please come with me. Yeah, sorry. The only things I know are Gooner culture, tragically. That's what I'm educated on. Now, you can see, it's approaching nighttime. And I'm not doing a quest clear. I'm just going into this building. Because The fact is, we're just not going to die on night 1 because I'm not going to go on a big stupid adventure. We're just going to stay in this stupid house, and that'll be fine. Too much of a bottom to be the juggernaut. I never said anything. Look, what if I'm a power bottom? Did you ever think of that, idiots? No, we're not going down that route. It's a meme, but it's going to be except of the midnight the midnight boomer of the undead. Yeah. Yes, exactly, Karen. The game plan is, right? I have my happy little gun, because we're playing cautiously. I have 17 bullets, and if I run into one feral, I'll just dump all of my bullets into its face, and that will make us not die. And yes, this is a pipe pistol, so if I miss it all, it's going to be terrifying. It will be the worst thing ever. But just don't miss, bro. Easy video game. Everybody knows. You'd have to be really pathetic and an absolute bozo to die on night 1. It's well known. It's well known. Shoot the entire load in their face. Roland canonically cross-dressed twice in a wait, what? Is that true? Wait, hold on. I don't remember that from Ruina. Also, why are we bringing up cross-dressing? I wear leggings one time, and suddenly that's become part of the lore. I was baited into that. At no point was I ever like, ah yes, I'm going to be the boy who puts on the leggings. It was Zell. Zell is the one at fault. This is no. And anybody who tries to blame this on me, kind of shitty, honestly. Holy fuck, there are so many books in here. We have seriously gotten like 7 skill levels, and feeling pretty excited, honestly. Do you know what we're getting at? The spear level 2 is here. Infernal, that's a cursed. I'm removing this. This emote is unacceptable. I'm getting rid of it. I'm not, but it's bad. That's a bad one. How did that make it? I feel like Twitch is so restrictive on what makes it sometimes, and that's it's great. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? We all know Twitch. Twitch is some nasty boys. The plan with Twitch, right, is they're gonna put the nastiest content they can get away with and maintain advertisers. Because when you get in there, Zell is absolutely gonna be DMing me with what the fuck am I doing? Listen, Arrestor, I'm not gonna expend all my energy, okay? I'm going to be preserving plenty for collab time. I took a nap, alright? That's how committed I am. I'm ready. But Zell's gonna be mad. I mean, listen, Zell being mad at me is the dynamic. When Zell and I interact with each other, her game plan is, I'm gonna make this guy feel like an idiot. Okay. So, I'm thinking, how can I get away? How can I get away with this? Because obviously I'm going to meet up with the guys beforehand, right? We're not just going to jump into stream like a psycho. I'm not just going to raid there. Zell being mad at me is the dynamic. Watch you play Forever Winter before and drain all your brain cells. Hell yeah, Arrestor. Hold on. Okay, so that's the game plan. After we hit night 1 and we establish ourselves as not bozos, we'll have Arrestor start streaming. We'll raid into him. Hi. Fuck you, idiots. Yeah. Yes, well, we can blame Arrestor for everything. I just need you to be on board, buddy. I need you as my V brother to take the fall. Forever Winter requires commitment that you don't have. What is Forever Winter, by the way? That is an unknown for me. I'm a mere ignoramus in the ways of Forever Winter. Whoa, hi, Knuckle Wraps. Huh. You know, I've always wanted to do punch build, but we've already bought into spear things. Have I seen the reviews? Negative. That's a no from me. If I like Grimdark, I'll like it. I am a Grimdark fan. Like, I like the 40Ks. 40K is a very nice time indeed. I just realized we're at Stone Tools 3. Why am I on this level 1 axe? Ah, because I have no plant fibers. I have nothing. Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna go outside, and there might be some undead who accost us. We're gonna go to the storage, drop off all our stuff. Ooh, Kara and I, you're almost done prepping for the Crusades. Can I spoil this then? We've been talking. I'm not going to go too into details because I don't know how much Kara and I wants to release this, but maybe we're doing a little 40K something with Kara and I and some friends. I'll let him give the finer aspects of that as that becomes more refined. But yeah, I give the fairy details. Okay, so we're talking about a certain campaign of some kind. An escalation campaign where we start with a small little force of fellows and we go on adventures and we have like scenario play. And yeah, I don't think we have the full list of. Oh god. This is bad. But we're fine. No big deal. I'm not gonna bleed to death. Yeah. Okay, everything's fine. And who cares if we're a little infected? I have honey and everything's good. After stream, I can watch the trailers for the Forever one. Yeah, Rester, I'm into it. I don't know too much else about the Crusade thing. I just know that I think we're starting at 500 points, and we're just going to have a selection of folks, both new and old, to the series, and we'll be doing a little adventure. Yeah. Looking forward to it. I'm still decidedly undereducated on the new generation of 40K, right? Like, I haven't been, like, a dangerous player in the 40K world since I was maybe 5th ed, and I think we're on 10th ed now. Yeah. That's a feral. Okay. Now we're really praying no other zombies come towards us. This guy's a threat. I'll just repair the door. Fuck him. What's he gonna do, idiot? Yeah, bash the door down again. Alright, give me another chance. Give me enough that I can stab you through it. Well, fuck it. I'll just... Wait, no! Why is my gun unloaded? I swear I loaded it. Did I not? I'm out of stamina. Give me a second. I want my stamina back. This is pathetic. Oh god. Fucking ferals, dude. Nope. Is this... Listen, we're gaming. We're not dying on stage 1 again. No more night 1 deaths. We got him. We got there, folks. Hell yeah. No more bozo streams. I'm the one who gets the beef. Oh, shit. Give me some blueberries out of the microwave, please. I hate that this is lore that I understand now. I hate that I've seen this. And the only reason I understand the Minecraft parkour civilization is because of Twitter. Fucking Pat stares at a flesh tuber that I'm a big fan of. He got a meme sent to him that was just that, and he's like, I need somebody to explain this to me. I don't understand it. So I got secondhand education for Zoomer memes. We got there. We got there, baby. Blade educated on meme saw. Okay, just a bit more. Undead. Everybody's cool. Nobody's going to be fucking around with us, yes? And I continue to just, like, keep you going over to Discord. Where's the Angry Zell notification? It's coming. It's coming. Like, I even did I did kind of like one of those Twitter engagement bait things. But listen, it had questions. I want to talk about me. That's the real way that you successfully engage people on Twitter, is what I've learned, right? You give people an opportunity to talk about themselves. Oh man, people are getting in there. It's gonna happen. But I'm not going to make content that engages other people. I'm going to engage content that engages me, obviously. It has to be about me. That's why we stream, so I can be an egomaniac. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. I know we're about to be accosted as we're reaching the end of this. Okay. Okay, so we're a little bit concussed, but it's okay. We're down to 1 zombie and everything's fine. We're good. Pistol carry in the day, son. Oh, right, and I have a laceration I should probably deal with. What is this? I need to treat this as I'm injured. What was I talking about? I was talking about fucking engagement bait. I did one of those engagement bait things, but instead of saying like, if you give me a like, I will do this thing, I just said, I'm just gonna fucking do this because I want to talk about myself. Because it's work, it's slow, and I'm tired and brain is melty, and I don't feel like working on my writing. So you know what? I'm just gonna do Twitter activities on company time. that was my a significant amount of my day, and I just said, I got big kudos from my boss for doing a big job, so that feels bad. Like, yes, I did a lot of fucky wucking around, and the results were, boss said, man, you did a really good job on this thing. Great. Blades come saw. Okay, so it is midnight 30. We have cleared. Also, don't know if people noticed we got a crossbow now, which is very cool. Zombie. I'm not shooting you. That's not going to happen. Because... Right, here, let me help you out. Yeah. Wait, what's this plus 10 on our spear? What the fuck? Oh, I think we got, like, some kind of new thing that's making us better with spear. Or maybe if we stab multiple times, we get a bonus? I don't know. We have some new thing that's affecting that. It's good. I just read the books as they come in. I don't pay enough attention. So, our danger right now, right? I'm so distracted, I can't even remember what the last thing we were discussing was. Our big thing right now is if we go outside, there's a very strong chance that we get accosted by some mean boy. So maybe we just take this opportunity to dig under the house. The problem with this is if I do dig under the house, I'm not going to be able to get back out. We have 4 hours, and if I go outside, I am going to be a huge bozo and die. Gives a little confirmation for us to have no idea what's going on. Yeah, it feels bad. I mean, I accomplished my job duties, but, when I run out of things to do. So here's the thing. I can talk a little bit about that. My position, when it's hard, it's a two-man job, right? And when I need that extra help, I am so glad I have that second guy with me. The times where it is a two-man job are pretty limited. That the fact is, probably 80% of the time, I could handle that job on my own. But that means that for, that 80% where I do have help with me, man, I'm doing good. And time becomes available as a result. So, in those times where I have a lot of time available, this has been a very good year for Blade Hacksaw chasing secondary things. The reason my writing has been so effective is explicitly because I keep getting so much done at work. It's crazy. And that feels really bad to say, that as soon as I go back to my normal wrench-turning job, my writing's gonna go to shit. I have gotten so much done this year. Like, probably the most writing I've done in ages, in an insane amount of time. And knowing that when it's all done, I'm gonna go back to being a wrench-turning grease monkey and not have the opportunities to do all the cool things I'm doing right now. But also, I'm kind of taking advantage of the system. I don't think there's any arguing that, right? Like, there's probably more I could be doing, or even more that I should be doing, right? I have the big, silly testing for Technical Sergeant coming around the corner. And instead of being Blade Study Saw, I'm Blade on Twitter Saw, Blade on fucking writing, etc., etc. I've got a new coworker, and he's the same rank as me, and it's like, oh god, like, we're both 10 years in, and we're still stuck as staff sergeants, oh no. The quality of life difference between staff sergeant and technical sergeant, from what I'm seeing on the outside, really does feel like I should be pushing harder to do better. And yet here we are. I've taken advantage for sure, but the test, yeah. The test is a big deal. So, like, a lot of it, I'm not going to be able to prepare for, right? They don't reveal what's going to be tested until a couple of months out. But even saying, oh, I can't prepare for that's kind of bullshit, right? It It's just doing my job, and I know what they're going to ask, right? The problem is that, like, here, this is kind of like pulling back the curtain a little bit. A lot of this is going to get very technical. Um, how much do I want to talk about this? Hold on. Before we go any further, I'm going to make a hatch or cellar. Yeah, I'm going to make this wood cellar door, and we'll keep crafting outside. So, oh god, actually, I need more than this. Hold on. I'm trying really hard to just make something safe before we get attacked by a horde of undead. I'll get this over here. So, you know, my job doesn't change year after year, right? The fact is that I work with the same equipment, and the expectation is that because Blade is a technically proficient, big fancy staff sergeant boy, that he knows how to do his job. The problem is that the things they ask to prove that we know our job are insane. They're like, I can't say some of these things. Like, actually, some of these are like test compromise. Not like, ooh, you're being an oopsie no. You're talking about secret things. It's not secret, but well, we talk about like compromising the integrity of the test, and that's actually like a big no. So I can't give the exact details, but some of the things they ask for are just absurd and specific, and things that you're taught on the regular to not memorize. They say do not memorize technical data because technical data changes regularly, and if you've memorized it instead of referencing it as part of your job, there's a chance you could be doing something that's been proven to be dangerous, right? And then they go into our actual testing, and they say, okay, did you memorize the technical data? Like, absolutely, the first thing they do is ask the thing that they forbid. First question to you, Goon. I've never had to deal with that, thankfully. Gooning isn't exactly an option we've had to deal with. Yeah. So there's two portions of the test. There's the SKT and the PDG. And the PDG is general, like, yeah, Air Force, military stuff. And that's changed a lot over the years of, like, what they're prioritizing, what they're looking for, what their expectations are. But overall, I have a good idea of what they want, and I could be studying that more, right? If I was a good study boy, there's essentially no reason I shouldn't get, like, a 70, an 80, a 90, right? The fact is that when I came in through basic military training, and I did my big silly, like, here's the study thing you need to do in order to, what is it? There's the thing that you do to show how smart you are. It's the test thing. Fuck, I'm stupid. I can't remember what it's called. Or they have you take a test to come in, and I scored very well on that. I scored very well. I scored like a 98 on that bitch, and that made me eligible for anything. The ASVAB, thank you, Rester. So I scored a 98 on the ASVAB, which, as I was going through, my physician talked to me. He's like, man, why didn't you just get a 99 if you're going to go that far? Because I've been told you actually can't score 100 on that test because they put at least one control question in that the correct answer is the wrong answer. So if you're doing what you're supposed to, you will get that question wrong. And anybody who gets a 100% on the test is supposed to be cheating. That's something that I hear. I couldn't confirm that, but like that's a little something that I hear. And me getting a 98 and the guy saying, "Oh, you should have just gotten a 99," means that like I was like one or two questions away from perfect. Yay, yay me! I'm so smart, big brain hacksaw. And then the big test came up for staff sergeant for the first time, and as my big test for staff sergeant, I had just cross-trained from another career field. I had been air traffic, right? And I was going into freaking aerospace ground equipment, a mechanic, and they didn't expect me to be technically refined in a job that I'd never done before. So instead of holding back my career progression, they let me test PDG only. And testing on PDG only, I did very well. In my first year of testing, I made staff sergeant. Yay! Yay! Oh, a good smart blade. But here we are. I'm testing for technical sergeant, and now that I've been in my career field for a few years, they expect me to be technically proficient. They don't care that I'm behind my peers. The fact is, I've had enough time that I should be able to be competitive if I'm really trying. Um, it's just that when I am studying for this test, I very frequently feel like I'm studying the wrong things. Like I'll just study an absolute shitload and then I'll come down for test day and none of the things I studied for are there. It's all this weird shit that I felt was so absurd that it wouldn't matter. The stuff they said, hey, don't learn this because this is an insane thing for you to learn considering what our expectations for you are in reality, right? And as a result of my frustration with this, I kind of checked out a while ago. They dramatically reduced the rate at which they were promoting people because they were saying, well, we just have too many guys who don't know what they're doing in their positions, right? And as a result of that, instead of continuing to promote people at the rate that they were promoting people, they just said, well, let's butcher our promotion rates, and then only the cream of the crop are going to make it. And despite the fact that I want to think I'm a pretty smart boy, I have not been the cream of the crop. So I guess I can go deeper into this. I say deep diving harder and harder and harder. Like, so as part of your promotion stuff, there are a couple of things that factor into your score, right? They decide, okay, here's how many people we have, here's how many people we actually want to put on this rank, and they make their cutoff score. And the cutoff score is always going to be based off of what people have tested on and how many people are testing and what their needs are. So it's never going to be like, oh, you need like a 100 total points or something to put on the results this year. You are always competing with everyone else, and you need to score within a percentage of those people, right? So for the last few years, that promotion rate has been very low. We were looking at a promotion rate that was about... Wait, did we ever get our chest back? For a long time, we were looking at a promotion rate that was sitting around like 15, 16, 14%, that range, for staff sergeant to technical sergeant within my career field. And that number is going to be different for every career field. And ever since they moved over to this new method of like, okay, well, we need less guys, that promotion rate has been at least halved. I have not seen that promotion rate above 9% in the last 3 or 4 years, which has been pretty difficult. My first time testing, I took testing kind of easy because I didn't feel like I was ready for the role. And I missed the promotion by about 7 points or something. Something that was very doable, that if I had studied, I could have made, right? But cutting that score in half of promotion translates into something very different because you're competing with everybody and everybody's, trying their best. Suddenly, instead of needing, 7 more points to make it, I needed 47. 47 is a lot harder to make. It's hypothetically doable, but I haven't been doing well testing and studying. Let's see, your sister recently got senior airman below the zone. Okay, we can talk about senior airman below the zone. So there's a window, right? And this window for when you're below the zone eligibility is dependent on your rank. When I was a young airman, obviously I had my eye on senior airman below the zone really, really hard. So your first 3 ranks are airman basic, airman, and airman first class, right? And for those ranks, the progression structure is very set, right? There's no real getting around it unless you've signed special contracts or you have special ways in. And the idea is you start as an airman basic, you put X amount of months in, you promote to airman, you put X months in, you become an A1C. Now, depending on your contract, that changes. So, for example, Blade Hacksaw, when he entered the Air Force, I was an airman basic in BMT. I was an airman basic in the next stage, which is your technical school. But as soon as I got out of technical school, it was in my contract that because I'd signed on for 6 years, I would instantly go from airman basic to airman first class. I got to skip the months of waiting. I got to skip the middle rank entirely and just go straight to it. And that a lot of people get put in that position. That middle rank of airmen is kind of called It's kind of referred to as like a unicorn position because it almost doesn't exist. Almost everybody gets to skip that middle position. And when you see somebody who doesn't, it's like, ooh, yeah, I don't know what's happening with you, but you just decide not to go on it through any of these things. Like, one of the things that'll get you those things, other than signing a long contract, is just having education. If you've got some education on you, you're basically going to skip that middle portion every time. But Blade was uneducated. I have very little in the way of education, so that was that. So you make these things, blah, blah, blah. You're now working your way through your progression, right? Now that you've established the basics of whatever your progression are, it's time to put on rank for Senior Airman. And let's be really clear. In the real Air Force, enlisted ranks 1 through 3, Airman Basic, Airman, and Airman First Class, are universally looked on by higher ranks as the same rank. If you are not at least a Senior Airman, you are a basic baby and you cannot be trusted, is the general consensus. And we treat all of those ranks the same for like authority and the like. The only time it comes in is like when we have to put airmen in charge of each other. If there's like a group of airmen but we can't dedicate somebody with higher rank to it, we just say, yeah, the highest ranked A1C takes care of it. The senior A1C, what is it? A1CIC, the Airman First Class in Charge. I remember when I was going through air traffic, right? And I was the A1C1C. Oh boy, and that just meant that I got to babysit the new trainees. that was my privilege. Ooh. And they pump you up like, "Oh yeah, man, you're the big man, you're the man of the house," and they're just delegating stuff they don't want to deal with. So let's see if I remember the numbers for A1C to Senior Airman, right? So there's two things that they consider for it. There's time in service, how long you've been in the military, and time in grade, how long you've been in the rank. So I want to say that promotion from A1C to Senior Airman is either 20 months time in grade or 28 months time in service. So if you, or no, 36 months time in service. I think that's it, yeah. So if you put A1C on really quickly, you can get there pretty fast, right? I might be wrong on some of these numbers. I'm not monitoring it like I used to. But there's a window, right? A window where it's like, oh, there's an opportunity for you to promote even faster. And that window is completely derived from your work performance, right? What happens is that everybody who's in there, like, below the zone window, which is something like a 4 to 6 month period, your supervisor can take your information and up-channel that to your boss, right, to the commander. And the commander then has a certain number of below-the-zone slots that he can assign out, and you get to put on Senior Airman like half a year ahead of time or something, if you get selected. And then it gets put on your EPR, the thing that gets reported for like next year showing how good you are, and if that goes to another commander, your next commander knows, oh, this guy's got his shit together. And if you're trying to promote, right, that's kind of nice. I feel like I definitely missed out on that crate. We needed that crate. Yeah. So that's the process, Arrestor. Also, we are out of drinkies. I definitely have a crate that I just left behind, and that's devastating. We have nothing. I'm going to have to get dysentery, I think. And yes, after you put on Senior Airman, there's like a window where if you put it on in X months, you get to test, or otherwise you have to wait until the next time testing cycle comes around. And I did not get Senior Airman below the zone. As an air traffic controller, I was told that I was going to get Senior Airman below the zone if I made it through training, because everyone knows that air traffic is extremely difficult. That I essentially had to do nothing except one volunteer opportunity and make, and put on, oh my god, what's it called? Whatever, get my ability to control air traffic. Get rated, that's it. But I didn't do that because, unfortunately, my brain was not right to be an air traffic controller, which is very sad. We wish that we had. There are days I dream about it. I dream about controlling air traffic. I dream about failing to control air traffic. Nightmares. My trauma. And it was a big deal to me for a long time. thankfully, I got over it. Thankfully, time does heal all wounds, or at least turns them into little scars that are less painful. If you don't have the affinity for it, it's better that way. Oh, absolutely. So that's the thing. The things I liked the most about air traffic were people recognizing that I was doing something hard and that I was trying my best. And that was basically all that I got out of air traffic. That the rest of it was absolutely miserable. I hated day in, day out, coming in and doing a job that I just wasn't the right choice for. The fact is that when I did air traffic, Oh, we have 100% dysentery. Okay, I'm just gonna... You know what? You can't get more than 100% dysentery. Oh my god, I'm about to die. I didn't realize that injured you. Oh. Oh, we have 6 HP. Oh, we're dead. One of your early career paths was commercial air traffic control. Oh no, Karen, that's awful. I'm sorry. Yeah, air traffic's... yeah, air traffic. Oh my god, that almost killed me too. I need to eat. Reach 3-2 heavy. Dover Tower. Wind 360 at 4. Cleared to land, check wheels down. I was so pathetic that I could have played like one of those air traffic controller video games just to get to get the feel of like, no, I didn't fail. And it was especially compelling to me because, you know, I think I've told this story a few times before, not to get too down, but like one of the reasons I joined the military is because life really wasn't working out for Blade Hacksaw. I was in my mid-entering late 20s, and I didn't have a path in life, and that was scary. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be working at frickin' Red Lobster for the rest of my life. I have to do something. This can't be my whole life. It can't be. So I joined the military because, you know, I just was not figuring out what I was supposed to do. And, yeah, then I joined the military, and the military got me to air traffic, and air traffic was miserable. Right? Like, here's the thing. We were not a busy airfield. We were the opposite of that. We were an extremely slow airfield. And part of the reason for that was that the runway was under construction, right? And I was still expected to train on that airfield. And I basically had no live traffic to interact with. So all of my training was in a simulator. And that may have affected some of my capabilities. That's cope. That is cope. That's me making excuses. But there was talk of like, hey, you know, let's put off this guy's training until the runway's back together. And then the chief controller said, no, he'll figure it out. You know, this guy's smart. And oh, everybody played to my intelligence. Oh, everybody just talked to me and knew I was such a smart boy. I was going to make it. Oh, Blade Smart Saw. And I did not make it at all. That in the academic portions, I was very successful. But it turns out it takes more than just some smarties to be an air traffic controller. That you also need to have excellent ability to juggle problems. That you need to be, what is it? You need multitasking. I am gonna die to a dog. Oh my god. Please, no. No, 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 no. No. Okay. I have 3 HP. We got talking about dogs earlier. I thought I was going to die to one. That was scary. Please, no. I don't want to die. I just don't want to be a day 2 bozo. I'm playing safe. Impa, no, you can't. This can't be it. Impa, you can't come in every time I'm about to be a fucking pathetic loser in this game. Please. I'm infected. I have 100% diarrhea. I have 6 HP. It's not even nighttime. I just drank poopy water. Day 2 bozo again. No. Here, guys, we have to find a solution to our infections, okay? Okay? Listen, I'm gonna be honest. If we die on day 2 again, 7 days to die is done. It's over. I will have played 7 real hours of 7 Days to Die and made 2 days of progress every time. There's no way. I mean, when you think about it, it's just I'm setting up for a death bit. Everybody knows I have to stop and get ready for the collab in like a little bit, and I'm just gonna do an intentional death because it'll be funny. And everybody knows I love Tomato Gaming, and he does intentional bits, and I have no creativity or originality, so I'm just gonna copy him. Everybody knows it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be so funny when I intentionally die again. Oh God, it's so fucking smart and clever. Oh, I know, Karen. I know. Sorry, we were talking about air traffic. We were talking about being pathetic in air traffic before this. I still remember, right? So they swapped trainers because the trainer I had was maybe the biggest bastard I've ever interacted with in my life. Wow, I have never met a man who was so callous, awful, and cruel. That guy sucked, and I wish ill upon him. I've never met a person who was just like, yeah, that was just a bad person. I don't think they had anything justifying them being a bad person. They were just shit as a human being. And they changed me to a different trainer. And I'll never forget, we went down to the simulator. Karen, you're a great person. What are you talking about? Shut up! Shut up! How dare you? I wish there was something I could do to punish you for that statement. But no, Karen is great. Let's see. So, yeah, there's this guy. And, I don't know if I mentioned this. I actually ran into one of my original trainers here in Korea. That's been one of the most shocking things. That was 8 years ago. That's half an entire career. You weren't fishing for compliments. Too bad. You gotta be idiot. But yeah. So... And the trainer I met wasn't the idiot. The trainer I met was probably my best trainer. The trainer I had the best relationship with. Good guy. I'm not going to call him a great guy, but he's a good guy. But trainer number 2 takes me down to the simulator, and he says, okay, show me what you got. And we hook in, and I control the air traffic, and I'm fucking flawless. I meet and exceed all of the standards. It's a perfect run. And he looks me in the eye, and he says, dude, what's the problem? You're hot shit. Why the fuck aren't you progressing? And his thought is, oh my God, his last trainer's been fucking him. He's been like misrepresenting him. He's doing great. And that was so good. That felt great. But then I tell him, my problem is I'm inconsistent. What I didn't tell him is I tilt. That the second something goes wrong in position, I downward spiral. And I never figured out a coping mechanism, a way to bounce back from feeling like, oh God, I'm screwing up, I'm failing in this, I can't fail in this, I need to succeed. Like, I never figured out how to be healthy after that. And then we sat down, we ran another sim, and I did the downward spiral. I fucked up. And then after I fucked up again, then I fucked up again, I kept fucking up, and all I could think about was how I was fucking up in the sim, and how I needed to not be a failure, and it didn't matter how hard I tried, I was always going to be a failure. That was that death spiral, right? And yeah, guess what? You don't make it through air traffic when that's what's going on in your brain. Like, it's incredible. A guy I worked with was he just did not care about anything. He didn't care about his career. He didn't care about how he was perceived. He was just so fearless in everything he did. He was such an American. And I was not the biggest fan of that guy. He and I were peers, and as part of that, we interacted with each other a lot. And I remember one of the last things we said with each other is, he said, we were never really friends, were we? And he sounded a little sad, and I had to admit, yeah, you were not my guy. You know, we got to hang out, but like... And I'm sure that to the right people, he was great. But he was a difficult person for me, because his personality was so flippant, and I was so serious, right? I was in my, I need to be a big, serious adult, and I need to turn my life around. And I was so obsessed with not being a failure, and it was really unhealthy. the mental state that I was in for a long time. And that guy just couldn't do anything right because he just didn't care, and he shrugged every single thing off that came his way. He succeeded as an air traffic controller because when he fucked up, he said, whatever, I'll do better next time. Whatever, fuck it. Oh, I didn't fuck up. The guy who's judging me right now is just being a stupid prick, which very frequently was correct. The worst thing about going through multiple trainers was people's standards were different. That instead of abiding by what our documentation was saying of like, hey, you need to do this to succeed as an air traffic controller, people had technique that they wanted to teach. And if you didn't do what their technique was, you were a failure in their eyes, and they would rag on you for every little thing. And the healthy thing is to say, fuck you, you're an well, obviously not say that because you're an airman, but the healthy thing is to mentally register that as fuck you, I don't care. And I did not get there. And every time I was judged for not accepting their stupid ass little technique, it was like just death to my confidence. So I was not the right mentality for air traffic controller. When they pulled me into the office to say, hey man, you're done, you're out of here, the head of training said, you just don't have that sick little thing that air traffic controllers have. And I know they were trying to deliver it in a way that was easy for me to swallow, but spending, 2 years of my life chasing something, and the driving factor from that was the fear that, oh, I'm a failure and I'm never going to get over it. To go into failure was devastating. And I spent the next year just kind of like slowly bouncing back, because Blade Hacksaw is not good at bouncing back from mental anguish. I'm so sensitive. I'm such a baby bitch boy. Like, listen, I'm not going to go too into this, but like, people who know, like my last relationship and the things that were involved with that relationship and how I kind of disappeared off the face of the planet for like the better part of a year. I have very good reason not to get into relationships, and it's the fact that I don't bounce back. The worst part is you hear a lot of yourself in that, Blade. It sucks, Karen. It sucks. It sucks so bad, and like, what do you do about it, right? There's no magical button that you can just hit and suddenly, yes, I'm healthy. I think healthy people go to therapy, but I don't have the time. Yeah. I mean, I'm good now, right? I'm in a great spot now. I'm so glad that I'm happy and healthy and not getting aggressed by zombies right now. And I'm hoping that someday the brain makes the right choices, right? Right. And I don't know if the next time I'm going to have a real scary time of things, I'm going to be the big healthy boy. But at the very least, now I'm doing good. As valuable as introspection like that is, you think I'm being too hard on myself? Oh no, I agree, Karen. But like, what does one do? I know fully well that I'm doing good. That if I look at my family, the Hacksaw family, I'm like the most successful person in the family. And as far as that's concerned, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I don't have anything to complain or cry about. But, you set these unreasonable standards up for yourself, and when you're young and you're hearing about the great American dream, there's all these expectations, little boxes you're supposed to check off, things that you're supposed to do to be a successful person. And then you look at that and you say, oh, I haven't checked my boxes. And then every time that somebody like talks to you and they talk about the little boxes that you haven't checked off, and it's like, you've been stabbed. Am I the happiest in my family? Oh, Karen, I wish. I wish. Absolutely not. I'm happy. I'm happy. But I would say the people who are happiest in my family are probably my aunt's children. Those guys, man, they are crazy woods people living in Ohio. And all they do, they have secured a piece of property for themselves in like the hills of Ohio or the mountains of Ohio. I don't know the topography of Ohio. I know they're hill people. And they don't have running water. They don't have electricity. And they just live in the hills. That's Blade Hacksaw's family. And sometimes they come down from the hills, they jump in their car, and they'll come visit the rest of the family and talk about things. And those guys are very happy. And that's not a life I could live, and they're not people I can interact with. But by God, do the hills have eyes? They're doing their own thing. They're living their best lives. And like Karen and I said, they're happy. And that is what's important. I don't know. I found my journey, right? That's the thing. Let's say next year passes and I don't put on Technical Sergeant again. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not gonna like eat myself, fucking devastate myself over that, because I've done the math. My future is safe. Let's say I go through my entire military career and I never get a promotion again. That would suck. I really, really, really want to hit Technical Sergeant, and I realized very early on that my goal was to hit Master Sergeant, which is the rank after Tech. If I hit Master Sergeant by year 17, I will have met my career goals. But even if I don't, I'm still gonna have a retirement that is equivalent to support the lifestyle that I want to lead. And if that's the case, I think I'm fine. The fact is, I could just never make it to that next rank and I'll be good. And so long as I keep that mentality in mind that, like, I can just keep doing what I'm doing and be happy and healthy and financially secure, I think I'm gonna do good. I think I'm gonna do okay. Now, the fact is I have other objectives, right? Like, the big thing on the agenda these days is writing. And I know we talk about how... I've talked about how I kind of want to make nasty boy content. That's probably not something to be passionate about. But, like, I definitely need to write something before, like, the end, right? Like, I need to be a writer in order for me to be like, okay, life complete. I've accomplished everything I've set out for. You'd really like for me to be happy? I appreciate that, Karen. I mean, I'm good, right? I have not had, like, a mental anguish that has set me back, and it's been a while since I've just been like, oh, I'm depressed, I can't do anything. The closest I got was, like, that big sick thing where it's like, God, I feel like helpless and I can't do anything. Hopeless was not the right word. I take that back. I've just been very frustrated the past few months because, you know, the sickie has been icky, and I've not been a happy lad dealing with it. But now, listen to me. I'm good. I'm back in it, baby. And even as much as, like, I've been sicky icky, I've gotten so much writing done, and it has been so nice just being like, oh my God, I've written 30,000 words, not characters. Characters is how I generally judge my work, because, like, back in, what was it? Back when I was a young lad, I participated in this thing called NaNoWriMo, National November Writing Month, which is this big, silly online thing where people try to push themselves to produce writing. And the idea is if you do 3,000 characters a day, you will have a book. Ooh, we actually might do that this November. Ooh, I might stream that. Anyway. So the idea is, yes, you put 3,000 characters out a day, and so long as you do that, you'll write a book. I'll need to look at that again, because it's been ages since I've, you know, even considered NaNoWriMo. But, like, putting those 3,000 characters out a day was really, really difficult for me. You'd show up for that? I appreciate that, Karen. I appreciate that. Burn! I've definitely been wanting to do more, like, creative stuff. It's just that there's a certain level of courage to do that. As long as I don't burn myself out doing that. Yeah. It's... So, I've told this story a few times, but back when I was 23, I said, okay, I'm gonna be a writer. I'm going all in. I'm gonna fucking go and live in my grandma's basement and cut back my hours at work, and I'm gonna focus on writing, and I'm going to produce a book like I always wanted. And I did a tremendous amount of work. And that was my old fucking, what was it, inheritance, I can't remember what I called it. My first serious work that I was, like, really passionate about, and I made huge progress on it. But I learned that turning writing that I loved as a hobby into something that was like a do or die, fail, succeed thing, into work, was absolutely miserable and drained all of the passion I had for it. And I thought that was just going to be my relationship with writing for a long time, that I was going to never be able to move out of hobby. And like that, not achieving my objectives back then was absolutely devastating for me as a writer, and it was so hard to get back into it afterwards. But now, look at me, I'm doing good. You hate showing your work on stream. The results, sure, but the progress towards it makes you uncomfortable. Yeah. So, Karen, I don't want to call anybody out in particular. I tried doing like a writing thing recently, right, where we just talked about our writing, and I was talking about like a quest that I did like years ago, and I still want to talk more about quests, but that's a whole other side story. And I got a lot of feedback from somebody who I couldn't quite communicate what I was looking for in my goals, and I'm not trying to judge that person. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm very happy that they show up to streams and do things, but that made it very difficult to do the thing that I was trying to do. I was like, man, that is not the experience I wanted out of that situation. And I hope that person doesn't hear that and feel like shitty about it. I hope they don't. I need to be better, right? Like, one of the most important things is being able to survive reasonable critique, right? And I think it's important that as a creator, you need to be able to communicate your ideas effectively. And as somebody who has been trying to do the writing thing for many, 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 many years, I think that I need to be successful in communicating those ideas. Yeah, getting the point across. But something that's definitely on the future right now, right? I've been talking a lot about epoch correction. I have a lot written about epoch correction, and I really want to share with you guys what I've done for it. I've been wanting to do like a reading of epoch correction and put it on the Twitter, or like at least do a stream where I read through it like I did with Litany of Creation back in the days when I was making fucking Project Moon fan fiction. The old schoolers know it. Where I wrote fucking 18,000 words or something trying to capture the essence of Lobotomy Corporation's vibes. And I executed that pretty poorly looking back. I'm going off on a whole tangent on that, but that's because I thought Litany of Creation was really interesting. The idea, and my biggest complaint about Litany of Creation, my failure in executing that, was the gimmick was you were supposed to be the director of human resources, right? And human resources in a lot of aspects are making sure your people are happy, haha tee hee. But because it was the Project Moonverse, human resources meant actual human resources that were being consumed. And it was supposed to be this big, stupid reveal. And looking back, I'm very embarrassed because, like, I feel like it's Project Moon or Project Moon inspired, and people should have known that that's the direction it was going, and that there never was going to be a big reveal. Is any of my stuff online? I wonder. I think the Discord. Oh no, I actually shut down that section of the Discord. I've suffered a deep laceration. What the fuck? Hold on. What's this? Right, I need a first aid kit or the simple sewing kit. Ooh, we don't have any of those. So there's a Google Doc with the old Litany of Creation stuff. I can certainly make that available. And the stuff that I'm trying to work... so one of the things that always killed me about Litany of Creation is I like having a sandbox to play in. I don't like playing with other people's toys. I don't know if that's going to make sense for other people, but basically, like, in the Project Moon setting, right, I don't want to play with their characters. Because when you're playing with other people's characters, I think it's important that you be in character, right? You can't do the things that they wouldn't say or do. And I wasn't really interested in telling that kind of story. I wanted to tell my own story of industrial capitalism horror. So even though it's like a Project Moonverse thing, like none of the characters were there. And I was very happy with that. And I was very interested in staying as far away from that as possible. And I feel like we were successful. Why do you desperately want me to DM a pen and paper campaign? Karen, I desperately want to DM a pen and paper campaign, but I'm in Korea and I don't have bodies. I would love to DM. I want to DM so badly, but like the fact is that, I don't know, it's just not happening. I wish I could. Sincerely. Ooh, a scope? I kind of want that. Like, the fact is, I'm passionate about storytelling. I've done a lot of D&D online. You're right here. It's true, Karen. It's true. But it can't just be the two. Well, I guess it could be the two of us, but I've never done just like a two-person D&D thing. I don't know. It's always been on the agenda, and Jesse has expressed interest as well. It's one of those things where it's like, I keep fishing just a little bit. It's like, if I get enough people, we'll get there. We'll get there. I just don't think we're there yet, you know? Get Impa, she's a nerd. I'm glad Impa's hanging out just to catch stray bullets. I'm not trying to pressure people into things. I do want to do like a D&D thing or something, right? And like, not even necessarily D&D. In fact, explicitly not D&D. I like all of the systems that aren't D&D a lot more than D&D, especially since Hasbro is kind of like, Hasbro / Wizards of the Coast are kind of poopy, and I do not appreciate what they're doing. Yeah. I would like to do something. I would. But here's the thing, right? There's only so many hours in the day. The fact is, I have a million things I want to do right now. I want to do real Exploring Korea streams. I want to do art streams, and like, we need to talk about this off stream. Karen and I would be more than happy. We can talk about this. I'm interested. Like, so one of the reasons I haven't asked you is the last time I talked to you about D&D, I thought you said that you were a DM only guy. I'm certainly interested. Here, let me. Oh my god, it's all fucking buried crap. Fine, give me this crap. You have plans? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I know we've talked before about Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader's very cool. I don't know if I want to play in the 40k verse. Well, I say that. If I wasn't going to play in the 40k verse, I would want to play in the Pathfinder verse. You only ever get to DM. Oh, okay. Yo, Karen and I, that's actually really exciting. I'm into it. I love storytelling. I wish I was a better DM. Okay, so here's reasons to not be interested in me being a DM. Because the fact is, as soon as I have, like... I'm easily discouraged. I'm so sensitive. And it's sad. I'm a 37-year-old man. Why am I so easily discouraged? You'll teach me stars and then I'll have a blank canvas? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think. What was it? Well, when I was younger. It's been a very long time since I've ran a D&D game. Like, a very long time. Looks like stream's chugging. It did not like this rain. So back before I started streaming again, right, I was running a D&D game for some old pals. And I can't remember what got us hung up there. Oh, right, it was scheduling, of course. It was scheduling problems. Okay, well, I can't blame that on me. Have I heard of the game book Microscope? It's all about building a world and RPing. I wonder. How much world building do I engage in? I mean, I suppose for this thing I'm working on right now, this epoch correction, I've done a lot of world building. But like, I'm not the kind of DM who's like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to just like generate a world and that'll be a thing, right? I'm generally pretty happy to just like, here's a setting that I like, I'll just play around with that. I like character-driven narratives, so it's characters kind of like first and foremost that do things, and then they like the whatever the narrative is. So okay, if I'm talking about like my dream thing, I love Ustalav in Pathfinder so much, because Ustalav is just a fantasy Transylvania with werewolves and vampires and zombies and Lovecraftian abominations, and I've always wanted to run the Ustalav game, and I just never have. Part of that is because, like, anybody who's DM'd can probably appreciate that DMing horror is like the hardest thing ever. It's like everybody needs to be involved. I don't think you could ever get a fresh group of players and do horror. Maybe that's wrong, but I'm of the opinion that like you want people who are comfortable with D&D and role playing and the like to actually be there to understand what their role is. Right? That's something that doesn't come up too often. Is that there is a role that players kind of have to play to make these more difficult concepts work. And expecting that out of somebody who's not familiar with, like, this kind of thing is absurd. Yeah, horror and mystery, yeah. Yeah, because, like, the easiest stuff is Murder Hobo. Murder Hobo content, you can get people who have absolutely no interest in D&D, and yay, oh, they get to roll the dice and do the things, etc. Murder Hobo. And I'm completely uninterested in Murder Hobo. All of my favorite role-playing sessions have been sessions where we never entered combat and maybe never rolled dice. Okay, so I talked about the last game that I ran. One of our very early sessions, we did a horror vibe thing because I was working with a couple of people who I knew were, like, familiar with role-playing and, like, I knew were cool about things. And they're just going through the woods, and there's something spooky in the woods. And that spooky thing in the woods never threw a die at them. But the audience built in, the players bought into the narrative of, ooh, this is a big, bad, spooky thing. And that made that scene happen. And they kind of snuck through the woods, and they kept the things in the shadow at bay, waving their torches, and they got to the happy little house in the middle, and there's this kind of, like, struggle as, like, things are beating on the cabin that they're hiding inside. And the players never threw a combat die, right? We did, like, perception checks and all this stuff, but nobody's like, I attack the thing. There was this kind of, like, mutual agreement that we're like, everybody's going to agree that this thing is scary and dangerous and we don't want to mess with it. And that made that scene work, and it was a great session. It was fantastic. And the fact is, if we had thrown dice, I mean, that was a fight that, like, I kind of intended on them winning, right? Like, the narrative of building this up as this big, scary thing was just so when they could triumph over it, it would be this big win. And I do that a lot. The problem is that, like, when I, as a DM, set the scene of, like, ooh, there's this big, scary thing, and in my head, I'm like, okay, my players are going to overcome this. I've been told by my players in the past that sometimes I set a scene so hard that they feel that it's insurmountable. I'll never forget that. This was a long time ago. I was working with some buddies, and I noticed that my group was running from encounters over and over and over. And they were just certain that they were fucking up, that they weren't supposed to be in the encounter, that I'd set the scene, that it was this big scary thing. Hey, what's up, Skyster? Hey. Familiarity is the enemy of horror, hence why you despise monster manuals or pre-made things. Yeah, like, the fact is, they never did get a good look at that thing in the woods. And that drove a lot of things. And all there was like descriptions of like, ooh, it's the big scary thing. Okay, I get to go back into my favorite horror trope. One of the things that I threw at that group, right? They got to the bottom of another horror environment. There was a necromancer who had done horrible, insidious things to a town, and the townspeople were all in like abject terror, despite the fact that it was just a bunch of, generic zombies, because like, like a level 2 or 3 character is probably going to do okay, but level 1 commoners, yeah, this is a big thing. And maybe there aren't the proper guardians to take care of this. Maybe this is just a problem. And that was in the bottom of this, right? The idea was that, okay, the activities of this necromancer have drawn the eye of a thing that is outside of our plane, right? Something is watching with interest at what's happening here. And it's not getting involved, but it's watching. And the players creep into this little basement that they're getting very, very bad vibes from. And they see, one of the leftovers of this other thing watching them. And it's a door. And anybody who has listened to me in an extended period of time, and me and my writing, for some reason, I don't know why I keep doing this, I love the trope of evil doors. Because they represent possibilities, right? What's on the other side of the evil door? And because the door has to be opened by the player, you can build anxiety, right? As my players are approaching this door, I don't describe the door as anything other than like a door by appearance, But to the players, I'm telling them, just looking at this thing, you get goosebumps. You get this feeling inside you. You cannot open this door. And absolutely, I had something in plan for the players opening that door. And it wasn't an instant death, because I don't believe in instantly killing my players, because that's trash. That if they did decide to brave that door, I was going to reward their decision making, and we were going to engage in cool role playing. But did my players engage with that door? Oh no. As soon as the players heard, something deep inside you says you cannot do this, my players looked at it for a while longer and said, we're going to deal with this later. That was fun. That was fun. That's just it, right? It's nice when people buy in. And that higher level of like, oh, I have this thing, right? This more difficult part of the role-playing side of things. You really do need your audience to buy in or it's over. That's it. Or you can just run Murder Hobo. That's why everybody runs Murder Hobo. I'm so disappointed, right? So I've talked about this in the past. There's this guy, Brett Ultimus. Brett Ultimus runs a lot of D&D stuff. And everybody's frustrated with what D&D is doing right now. And he can't move on. And the reason he can't move on is it's part of his brand at this point. He's trapped. Brett Ultimus has no choice but to continue to make this kind of content. And he's scared of losing his audience if he does anything other than D&D. It has become a commercialized thing that he has to do. But the fact is that, like, D&D is not doing very nice or good things right now. Yeah. It's a shame. I'd like him to do other things. And I'm starting to worry, right? Okay, I'm just talking about my Yoshis at this point. Fucking Tomato is not in a Brett Ultimus campaign right now, despite the fact that Tomato's been in, like, the last 4 consecutive campaign series that this man has run. You know, he played this frog guy in the last campaign, and before that he played this weird kind of, like, bomb creature. The bomb. Okay, so this guy starts off his campaign by... It's this kind of, like, space fantasy thing, right? And it's corporate, and he shows up with his character, and he's like a businessman. And he's, like, doing a deal with the rest of the players. They show up in a bar, and there's this shady deal that they all have planned. And he's like, okay, do you have the stuff? You know, whatever. And they're going through the thing. And then, you know, the DM says, suddenly you see this beeping thing on the character's chest. And they're all like, oh shit, why is it beeping? And everybody gets a bad vibe from this. And the starting scene is the protagonist, Tomato's character exploding. Like, actually exploding and throwing gore everywhere. And then he just reforms as this little slime guy. He's like, hello, I don't know anything. I was just bored. You're tired of D&D. You're tired of players for it expecting D&D, and you're tired of their bland setting being forced down your throat. I mean, that's just it, right? Does D&D really have a setting like Greyhawk, right? Greyhawk? I know nothing about Greyhawk. Greyhawk is such a nothing environment, and I just do not care about it at all. Now, Faerun's okay, right? It's fantasy, there's some stuff going on, but you're right in that it is traditional fantasy. They're not doing anything particularly adventurous. Now, D&D does do some weird stuff, right? There's the Raven lore, Raven something setting, Ravenloft. There's like Black Suns, there's Eberron. D&D's done some other settings, but I don't know. I just don't want to engage with D&D. I don't want to. I want to do my own thing. D&D is good for one thing. Their system's easy to understand and teach, especially 5th Ed, right? Like, 5th Ed's been extremely simplified. That's one of the big complaints I hear about people when I'm like, oh, you should go to Pathfinder, is they're like, oh, but Pathfinder has a lot of numbers. There are a lot of people that are interested in the creative and role-playing aspects of D&D that have absolutely no interest whatsoever in the numbers, the rolls, right? And then you have the opposite side of the spectrum where you have people who are too into the numbers, right? When you have that guy who's like, I got +1 to my roll, my dick's rock hard, let's go, baby! And I hope that guy is having a good time, but that guy isn't my favorite player. I hate to say it. D&D is a gateway to other tabletops. Yeah, yeah. Like, dude, I would go to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. That was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay is probably my first campaign I ever run where I was like, oh, that was reasonably successful. I was happy with that. You never learned D&D. You got invited to 2 campaigns and divorces happened in both of them. Oh my god. Yeah, that's rough. Well, if you're ever interested in the D&D, we're talking about this stuff. Although I don't think D&D is the one. Yeah. I don't know. It'd be nice to do something. If we're getting very adventurous, we can do some weird stuff, but I don't know how crazy we want to get. Have you guys ever heard of Dread? Dread is a role-playing system where your successes and failures are decided by your ability to pull blocks out of a Jenga tower. That's weird. The Jenga tower naturally builds suspense because as every block you pull out, you know it's going to be more difficult to pull out the next block. And it wobbles and jobbles back and forth. I don't know if you can do like serious whole campaigns through Dread, but it's one of those things where it's like sometimes... Don't rest your eyes! Oh my god, you're the first person I've ever met outside of like my old group back home who knows about Don't Rest Your Eyes. So that is a game which, as one might expect, is you can't sleep. That like when you sleep, you go into this nightmare horror realm. It's been years. Oh my god. Yeah. Karen, it's been a long time, and I don't think I have the books for Don't Rest Your Eyes or so wait, it's Don't Rest Your Eyes and Don't Sleep something or other, right? There's the 2 books. Holy crap. Yeah. Like, so my group back home was always looking into the weird stuff, but would we actually do it? The fact is that, like, it's hard to get people to invest in new weird stuff, right? That the closest we ever got to, like, weird stuff was the store manager, Harry, liked running Battletech. He really liked running Battletech. And like he's like, oh yeah, the great thing about Battletech is you can die in character creation. I'm like, that's a plus. You want to die during character creation? I don't know if that's a win for me. That's a pass. Yeah, I've always like, if I was back home, right, back in the stateside, I would have a lot of Lancer. Oh my god. So yes, absolutely. Lancer's one of those things I've had my eye on because it's a mech role-playing game. And the only other mech role-playing game I've ever heard of was Cthulhu Tech, and the general opinion of Cthulhu Tech is that it's not very good as a system, right? That it's a cool system, but is it a good system? Now, I can't speak from personal experience. I've bought some of the Cthulhu Tech books, I've read them, but I haven't like gotten a group together to play it. I think that like again, right? Like you have to get people to learn the rules and invest and trust you as a DM to get involved. And all these things are things that are sometimes a challenge. The only things I've ever gotten to run were like the Warhammer stuff because we had a community that was very dedicated to Warhammer, right? We played Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, we played Rogue Trader, well, actually, we never played Dark Heresy. We only played Rogue Trader, but Rogue Trader was fun. And I got people to buy into D&D and Pathfinder because we were in the 4th Ed era and nobody wanted anything to do with 4th Ed D&D, so we all bought into Pathfinder, and that was great. But, like, if you hear something negative about a system, like, you know, fucking... oh my god, I just mentioned it. The fucking Cthulhu Tech, that's it. Cthulhu Tech was hard to get people involved in. And to do anything else, you kind of needed to know the right guy. Oh god, I'm dead. No. Okay. That was bad. I was scared there for a second. I was very scared. Because 2 zombies jumping in on us is pretty deadly because it's nighttime. Oh god, there's another one, isn't there? I'm gonna do some digging, I think. But build some space. But yeah, so basically there was a guy at the shop who was the guy who made the calls. His word was kind of God. Anything that he said, everybody followed like it was gospel. So if he said a game was good, people agreed the game was good. They would take a risk on it. He had a really interesting, like, ability to influence people that really, I always thought was fascinating. For better or worse. Please, no. We need to find someplace safe because it's nighttime, and I need to stop streaming and get ready for this other thing. You know what? They can stay down there. I'm infected too. Hold on. Can I drink this? Thank you. I mean, we've got them locked down there at least. So here's the benefit of this cellar. It doesn't seem like these guys are in a position to aggress us. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll just make a bunch of crossbow bolts and shoot this idiot. Because we have a crossbow. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted. So we had this guy at the shop, and anything that he said was the Lord's gospel. Oh, please, no. Oh, fuck. So if he said it was good, he could just start a game and people would be involved and interested, right? And that was great if he said something was cool, because whatever he said was cool, we could get other people involved. We could start playing that. But that was it. So we got to play some things like, I think it was Rune Quest was a D&D game that we explored, and we did some World of Darkness, right? And we had a big World of Darkness community, like even outside of what this guy was doing, because we had the LARPers. Guys, oh my goodness, the LARPers. LARPers impress me in that they are extremely courageous, right? The ability to be in a public setting and just do and say insane things. And the system they were playing was the rock, paper, scissors setting of World of Darkness. So they're just running around preparing to be to be werewolves and whatever, and just all throughout town. They're just running around, taking it over, going into the shop to reconnoiter and do their things, or just huddling in dark dungeons of people's houses. I lived with a guy. And this guy was the host of the local were-rat colony. So every couple of weeks, it would be time for the were-rats to assemble and talk about the little schemes that had progressed. And you better believe, Blade Hacksaw made a were-rat. I was a boy. But the problem with the werewolf system, the version of it that we were playing, is that, yeah, it was rock, paper, scissors, but it's rock, paper, scissors with an asterisk. It's rock, paper, scissors. Oh, by the way, I win on ties. By the way, I force rerolls. By the way, my character's 10 real years old, and if you ever try to challenge me, it's nothing. There's a lot of that, and that was really unattractive as somebody getting into the system. Because, yes, it builds the lore, right? That you're this neophyte and you're a small player, you're a small mover. But when you're a small mover, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do, right? I get to be a part of your story, and you get to do all these things, and that's cool for you, but what about my story? Yeah. And it's all got to be about me, right? I was talking about Twitter. How do you engage an audience? Just make it about you. There's the country song. I want to talk about me. I gotta learn that. I gotta learn that song just so I can better embrace the egomania. Yeah, that was interesting. That guy who was letting me live in his house, fascinating character. I hope he's doing good. He went through some stuff. He's like, gosh, what can I even say about this guy? I don't want to like dox his whole life or anything, but like, it was a real pleasure knowing him. Yeah. I got to talk to him for a while, right? Like, so after my 23 attempt at writing the big serious book, I was down because I'd failed to meet my own expectations for myself, and it was like, oh fuck, if I'm not going to be a writer, what am I going to do? I don't have an education. Oh fuck, well, what's my plan? I don't have a plan. I'm going to be doing this shit forever. Oh no. Excuse me, God, I should be muting myself. My apologies. Where is the circle? I can't even tell where the circle is. I think it's like here-ish, and we're just in the wrong area. Also, we're thirsty and we're starving, and absolutely pathetic cord, just in a hole. Well, anyway, after that whole thing of living in my grandmother's basement for a year and not accomplishing my goals, I was down, and that guy just let me live in his house for very cheap. Like, living in his house was so cheap that he's like, hey, if you mow the lawn, there's no rent this month. Wow. Now, to be fair, that guy's lawn was a nightmare. That guy's lawn was one of the most nightmarish lawns I've ever mowed because it was a pretty big property and it was very hilly. And I'll never forget. So he was living right across from a school, and I'm just mowing and mowing, and then like I hear this kind of like buzzing sound, and I'm like, what's that buzzing sound? And suddenly, I like move the mower slightly, and out of the ground emerges a cloud of fucking bees. A cloud of bees emerges from the ground, and it's one of the scariest things I've ever seen. And the only thing going through my brain is bees. So I just step back and as loud as I can shout, bees! There was no thought process. Just terror from a swarm of bees appearing. And I'm just terrified, running away in horror, slamming my way in the house. And I didn't get stung or anything, but that was a cloud of bees, and that was very scary. It was really scary. Never have I ever seen such a thing. Oh. Yeah. It's crazy. Man, being old is cool. Being able to be like, yes, young people, let me tell you about the stories of my life. It's not all video games, you know. Sometimes I'm attacked by swarms of bees. Oh, shit. But we're hitting end of stream. I kind of want to just find this treasure and stop, because, like, in an hour I need to meet with the others. And I should probably refresh. We found the treasure. On cue. And it's food. Oh, we're so thirsty and hungry. Oh, I need it. Oh, guys, it's perfect. Oh, my God. Okay, so. We are going to wrap up stream. Guys, I'm not a night 2 bozo. Well, hold on. Okay. We're only 3 hours. We're 3 hours away. Let's see if we... Right, when you complete the mission, you get attacked by a horde of zombies. Right. Right. That's bad. Please. Please, no. Please. Please, no. Please don't do this. Stop hitting the ground. Please, no. I don't want to die on a loser. I'm not a bozo, please. Oh, I forgot that when you find the treasure, you get attacked by a horde. But they can't reach me through the ground. And it's just right that they can't reach me. I just shot this lady in the ass. Just right down the middle. We're not bozo gaming, okay? You can see she's coming for me, but we did it. Okay. I'm safe. Guys, it's just 2.5 hours and I'm good. I'm just digging down and everything's going to be fine. Shit. We've actually hit rock bottom. Wait, where are we? Oh, hello. Okay, I'm just gonna build some blocks. Guys, we're making it. I'm not a day 2 bozo. We're going to make it to the 4th hour, and then we're ending stream, and I'll be the big winner. All right, I can get rid of the bozo tag, right? Just give me this back. I'm Minecrafting. We're doing Minecraft strats. There, break your way through that, idiots. Now, I might be in a hole with a sprained arm, tired out of my mind, shitting myself to death, and running out of water. But I'm not dying on day 2. And that's what's important. That's what really matters. Oh, God. Crossbow needs a repair kit to fix. We're never going to use our crossbow again, I just realized. So all we're going to do now is just do a little bit of happy digging. All right? I need, like, one of the people that we're about to collab with to jump online so I can raid them, but that's not going to happen, obviously. Stupid. Right? Can one of our stream friends in chat start streaming? So we can raid you? That'd be perfect, please. I don't want to meet new people. That's the thing. Okay. I kind of dread ending streams sometimes because I know I'm supposed to reach out and meet new people, but I hate it. I hate social networking. I don't want to. I want to raid the people I already know that are cool. We saw a thing a while back, right? If you're a Twitterer, one of the newest things, raid Armia. Yeah, we've been raiding Armia a lot lately. Probably going to raid Armia again. Yeah. But like one of the things that comes up is like somebody's like, man, somebody bitched and moaned because I raided with like 10 or less people. And it's like, that sucks. Who wants that experience of somebody shaming you for bringing your community over? And like, I'm not saying that's happened to me. I've had something else happen to me. Somebody said, why don't VTubers support non-VTubers? Well, the answer to that is, I have raided a non-VTuber, and they have been very, very, very rude to me. And it was clear that they didn't buy into the bit, right? All right, pull back the curtain. We're all kind of like goofing off right now. We all know that role-playing as an anime character is cringe, but it's fun. And when you raid into another VTuber, you know they're going to be on board with the bit. You don't know if that's going to be the case when you raid into a non-VTuber, right? Yeah. That's why I raid VTubers, because you instantly have like a mini sense of community already established. There's no like second guessing or like question about how it's going to play out. You already know, oh, this is going to be fine. This is going to be cool. Unless you've somehow established a beef with that person. But I'm not the beef boy, as we've already established. Who do you need to beat up? I mean, go on the Twitter. I'm good. Non-VTubers sometimes just don't know what to do with a VTuber audience, so they leave anyway. I mean, I don't know if I have a VTuber audience. I don't know how many people are here because, ooh, it's the Zomboy. I think I've had one person say that they were here for the VTuber content, and I got that. That was cool. But the fact is, I started, and I was just a guy who streamed. Like, back in Library of Ruina, where we kind of started picking up some bigger visibility, I did not have the Zomboy. The Zomboy was still in works. He'd been finished by Zell, but he hadn't been rigged by Hitomi yet. So I was just a no-face. That was it. And the whole reason that I went the VTuber route, this is embarrassing because I'm pretty sure I just talked about this recently, but whatever, we're redoing it. I became a VTuber because obviously I've been influenced by Hololive by a lot. I've mentioned that a little bit, but I was scared about people in my command structure seeing what I was doing in my off time. I wanted a degree of separation between Blade Hacksaw and Sergeant Guy Dude. the idea of my airmen, right, my subordinates, interacting with me saying something like, oh man, I love this hentai game, was horrifying. That I didn't want my personal space and my workspace to intermingle. But the crazy thing is, after about 2 years of that, that fear kind of went away. That suddenly I was just talking, people were asking me, hey, what are you doing in your free time? I was talking, oh yeah, I VTube. And Sergeant, half a second away from doxing himself. Here's the thing, I could say my full name, it wouldn't matter, right? Like, what's gonna happen? The only reason I'm still a VTuber is because I feel like I'm committed to the bit. That the whole like doing the live stream things, I'm kind of poking around the thing. I'm not like un-VTubing, okay? Another draw, one of the attractions of VTubing, is like, what if you're having a bad day, right? Like, what if you just don't have the best energy or the best smile to bring to the table? I'm trying, as much as this is a hobby for me and for fun, I kind of still want to be an entertainer. I kind of want to still be the funny man guy. And that's a little hard to do when you're being a sad bitch boy. Where are these undead? I hear them. Somebody's trying to break their way in. Yeah, right here. They're breaking through. You can look like shit and no one know. Right, exactly. I can not wear pants or like whatever. There's a lot of things that justify continuing the VTubing thing. But the fact is, if like tomorrow were to break out and people had my full name and address, so like, I think it's more important for women, right? Like, I think that privacy is really important for women because women have to deal with a lot of bullshit that I don't have to. I know that somebody has had to deal with some bullshit within recent history, and that's fucking awful, and I feel fucking horrified that people have to deal with that shit. And for those people, absolutely, I'm glad that VTubing exists as a way to distance. And yet it still seems like people have to deal with a lot of dumb bullshit. But like, I'm I'm a late 30s dude, so I'm not going to get a lot of attention of that nature. And I'm kind of jacked. I'm not like huge, but like the percentage of people who could kick my ass gets smaller as the years go by. And I'm on a military base. Like, what are they gonna do, stupid? And I'm in Korea. I kind of get to be fearless in this aspect. You were an esport face cam streamer on a different channel. People create appearance no matter what the day. Yeah, that sucks. That's such fucking bullshit. Oh, why the fuck? Why did I just fall through the... Hi? Where'd you come from, buddy? Man, no, people are awful. People are awful. And like, I'm comfortable enough with my appearance that like I don't feel like if I actually face cam to be a problem. Like, even if somebody's like, oh, look at this guy, I'd be like, whatever, I don't care about your opinion, you stupid asshole. Something very valuable that I learned within the last few years has been, if I don't care about this person's opinion, how are they supposed to hurt me? Like, I don't know. I mean, there's still some stuff where it's like, you know, we had a whole thing earlier where I was talking about how I'm a sensitive bitch boy, but like, when people are just openly antagonistic, if there's somebody whose opinion I don't care about and they're openly antagonistic, it's whatever. It's me and how I judge myself, and you're not gonna hurt me by talking about my appearance. And reasonably, like, okay, I'm not handsome, but I'm not like awful. I'm mid, and I'm okay with being mid. And with that, I'm gonna end stream. Guys, we made it to day 3. I'm not a night 2 bozo. But I do have to go. It's like late, and I need to take a slight break before this collab thing. I'm gonna be back in like half an hour, as we're going to do a big silly thing with some friends. That's going to be Zealous Art, Arrestor, Yuki, I believe, is going to be with us as well, and we're going to play one of those funny little streamer games. We're gonna be playing. What is it? We're gonna play Chained Together. We're playing Chained Together. So I'm going to take the next half hour to coordinate with those folks, and that'll be very fun. And I'm going to make some nice hot tea to get my voice relaxed for a bit. And I have... Guys, look at this. See how it says 9 Discord notifications? None of those are Zell. I had 9 Discord notifications before we started stream, so it's fine. Oh, actually, Tama's up. I don't get to raid Tama these days. I'm going to raid Tama Kurokami. He's playing Elden Ring. Guys, thanks so much for the adventure. Oh, wait, no, Izzy. Wait, oh, hold on. Actually, no, I want to raid Izzy. I'm sorry, Tama. I'm sorry. I want to raid Izzy. I'm canceling. Oh, God. That's shitty. Is that shitty? I feel like it's really shitty to say I'm going to raid this person and then unraid. Do they get a Nobody gets a notification, right? Because that's really shitty. I'm sorry. I want to raid Izzy. Izzy's been really cool and active, and I want to raid Izzy. Oh, God. Please don't let Tama know about this. Please. I'll raid you next time. Guys, I'll see you when I see you. If I don't see you today, that's cool. Do your thing. Live your best life. I'll enjoy going into the midnight hour as we get ready to adapt. Oh, also, of course, I'm doing the Kingdom Death Monster stuff with Kara and I and some people tomorrow. I can't remember which group it is because I'm in 2 different groups. But that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Take a deep breath. That's a Hound Ninja. Guys, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye. Farewell. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.